Konnichiwa, Mina. This is the Anime Guy, and welcome to this episode of Anime Guy Asks, where I ask you a anime-related question. I'll give you my answer, you give me yours. Comments and video responses are welcome. Today's question is, how did you get into anime? As for me, from birth, I'd say, I was into animation, any type of animation. I always enjoyed KTV. Some of my favorite shows were Garfield and Friends, Teletubbies, and then I moved on to Power Rangers. So I always enjoyed animation. Then Disney movies. I watched The Lion King I don't know how many times. I'd actually sit and then turn around and then say the dialogue as the characters were saying it. I moved on to Cartoon Network, and I was always watching Cartoon Network for the longest time. I know you guys in the US, your good Cartoon Network period was from 92 to about 2004, and yeah, in South Africa, Cartoon Network was still good up until 2007, 2008. And then eventually I got sick and tired of Cartoon Network, because all these shows like Chowder and Flapjack and Out of Jimmy's Head, this is my opinion, not yours, mine, were complete shit. I didn't enjoy them at all. But if you like those shows, that's fine. And Cartoon Network just seems to get worse and worse and worse and worse. And then I said, you know what? Nah, I can't take this anymore. So then I figured out how to stream online. So then I was watching Dragon Ball Z, and I was really enjoying it because it had been a long time since I'd seen Dragon Ball on TV, and the one on TV wasn't the uncut version. So when I was streaming, I was watching the uncut version, and it was so much better. And I was still watching Dragon Ball Z for the longest time. I was watching Dragon Ball Z over and over and over and over and over again, until eventually I got tired of Dragon Ball Z. I'm not sick of Dragon Ball Z, I just got tired of it. And then I said, you know what, let me give anime a chance. Because I always was put off anime, because I thought anime was only about sex and violence. You know, in my mind, that's the only thing they used to promote sales of anime or promote anime in general. Because in my country we had this station called Animax. I don't know if any of you have heard of it, where it was a 24-hour channel that showed anime. Okay. Now, I knew Dragon Ball Z was anime, So I was looking forward to Dragon Ball Z being on this station, and I was like, where's Dragon Ball Z? Where's Dragon Ball Z? There's no Dragon Ball Z. Where's Yu-Gi-Oh? There's no Yu-Gi-Oh! Where's Digimon? I wanted shows like that. But we got all these kind of different shows. We got Black Lagoon, we got Death Note, we got Speed Grapher, Elfen Lied, Wolf's Rain, all those kind of shows. Now, shows like Elfen Lied and oh yes, and they even had Gans. So shows like Elfen Lied and Gans and Black Lagoon aren't the shows, in my opinion, that you'd want to show someone that you're trying to get them into anime, or when you're trying to get them into anime. So yeah, that channel didn't last very long. It didn't even last 3 years, because a lot of people were offended by the content, of the shows. They'd show Speed Grapher at like 9, 10, and I remember one night I was flipping through the stations, and I see Speed Grapher, and there's that lesbian scene, with Kagura's teacher and her mother, and I'm thinking to myself, well, what the hell is this? No way, no way, no way, no way. And we put the password, because with our network or cable, you can put like a parental control on to block out certain programs, and then the channel was getting a lack of views, so it got cancelled. Didn't even last 3 years. And then I was looking for anime to watch. Now, I heard of Naruto. Naruto was extremely popular for the Americans. Now, you probably won't believe me when I tell you this, but yeah, in South Africa, we didn't have Naruto. We didn't have One Piece. The only shows we had were Pokemon, Digimon, Dragon Ball Z, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Bakugan. So I thought to myself, you know what? Let me look what's popular in Japan, because I found out anime comes from Japan. So then I come across One Piece, and I'm reading, I'm reading some facts, some summary. It's about this guy who wants to become king of pirates, and it's set in the pirate era. And I thought, okay, this sounds pretty interesting. And then I checked it out. Now, what really caught my attention was when I found out that this show was extremely long, like 500 and something episodes. It had more episodes than all the Dragon Ball series put together. And I heard that the manga, now at this stage I also found out that manga was comic books. I read that the manga sold more than any other manga, more than Pokemon, more than Dragon Ball Z, more than Naruto. And I'm thinking, more than Dragon Ball Z? No, man. How can something be better than Dragon Ball Z? And I checked out some reviews, and it was crazy. You know, no one said one bad thing about One Piece. And then, luckily, I checked out the Funimation dub first, you know, and then I'm watching, and I'm still thinking to myself, what is up with the show? Why is everyone talking about it? Like, I don't see what the big deal is. And then I come to Don Craig, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I can see why people are into it, but I still don't see the big deal. And then we get to Arlong Park. I'm like, okay, okay, yes, okay. And then I get to the episode where Luffy's fighting Arlong, and then they land up in this room, and he finds the pen stained with blood, and Arlong saying, yeah, I'm gonna use her, she'll be my friend, and Luffy gets pissed, and he starts breaking the room, smashing the desk, and then he beats the crap out of Arlong, and Nami's just there crying. And then after he beats Arlong, he's like, Nami, you'll always be my friend. And I was like, One Piece forever, man. One Piece forever. You know, I've never seen a show that deep before, an animated show that deep before. Okay, and it felt more real for me, because in Dragon Ball Z, you know, someone dies, they just use the Dragon Balls. And when I saw this, I was like, One Piece forever, One Piece forever, One Piece forever. And I carry on watching One Piece. I carry on. Now, as I carried on watching, I thought to myself, yeah, it might be good now, but it will go down. Watch, it will go down. And then I get to the Alabasta arc, and damn, all the politics and agents and all the crazy corruption going on. I was like, One Piece. One Piece is the shit, man. I can see why everyone's talking about One Piece. And then I said, you know what? If One Piece is this good, you know, other anime might be this good. And at this time I was like, I was 19. So I was like, yeah, I can get into this now. I can see what's happening. And then I got into, let's see, what did I get into? I got into Black Lagoon. Damn, that show was awesome. Revy was so awesome. Yo. And then I got into Speed Graph. Speed Graph, it just blew me away, because it reminded me so much of my country, you know, because this country is also very corrupt. This country isn't as bad as Japan in the story, but still. And the Saiga's crazy ability, and it was just so awesome. Then I got into Death Note, Ah, Death Note. Death Note, best anime I've seen so far. And as I got into more anime, my love for anime just grew and grew and grew and grew and grew. Thank you for watching, and until next time.